Okay, so I've got a little project for an event going on this weekend, and they want some of these octagon boxes. I think that's an octagon or a hexagon. I'm not sure. I was not very good at physics, obviously. But anyway, they want some of these to put cupcakes in and look pretty. I don't know, whatever. So they're designed to just be like a floating shelf to where you can just set, a bunch of them alongside each other, and then you can stack more in between and on top, and they're designed to look like a honeycomb, I guess. So this is just 1x8s that I've stripped down because that's all I had. Eastern red cedar, and they're really simple to make, a little bit time consuming, but pretty simple. That's the first one I made. That's way too big. But I'd already cut them. I was just doing it kind of like a trial thing. And you can see there I kind of messed up a little bit anyway, so it's fine. This is more what we're aiming for. So these are roughly 4 inches wide. So yeah, they're 4 inches. And then your width here at the top is like 4.5. Your internal width is 3 3/4, so somewhere around there. Anyway, so this is about the size we needed. The size does not matter. You can do these whatever size you want. The method is all that matters. So this makes it stupid easy. So what I do is I take my boards, which are like, these are already stripped down some because I cut down one edge of them. I cut down one edge to make it straight, and then I make it 4 inches from my fence to my table saw blade, and I strip them all down into 4-inch strips, which turn them into this. From here, I take an orbital sander and just sand them real quick with some like 80 grit or 60 grit, whatever, and just to get the rough edge off of them. And then from there, you go over here and you cut them. If you want 8 pieces, so if you want to make a octagon, I guess is probably 8, ain't it? And hexagon is 6. I don't know. Either way, if you want 8 pieces, you do like 22.25 or 22.5 degrees. This way it's 30 degrees. So if you look at it, you need to turn this into a 90-degree angle. Whatever, here to there, I guess. So 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 90. That makes 180. It does not make a 360. I don't know how it works. Anyway, this is 30-degree cuts. So you go over here, cut them off at 30 degrees. You flip it over every time. So let's use this board as an example. You gotta cut your first angle off. So you cut your first angle off. Originally, it's a flat board like that. And then you make your cut, and you have left with that. Then you move it to your stopper board. You line out your stopper board wherever you want. It don't matter. It don't have to be anything. I started out, my stopper board was clear out here, and that was too big. So I moved it to here, and it's roughly like a square when I'm done. So then you cut them off there, and then you end up with these. Every time you cut, you gotta flip it over, if that makes sense. So like, you cut this, and then you move it down here, you flip it over, you cut that, and then the next one, you move it over, you gotta flip it over again, you cut that, etc. So that way you end up with shapes like that. Then you get 6 of them. And with 6 of them, I guess let me grab the tape real quick. Oh, it's right here. Let's see if I can set you up here. I still don't have a tripod. This is pathetic. But anyway. Try to get somewhat in frame here. So you line them all up in a row, perfectly with one another, end to end. And they don't have to be real perfect, because at the end of the day, the brad nailer is going to make them tight. So you line them all up, you get them nice and straight. Make sure there's no rocks under them. These boards are kind of inconsistent as all get out, but it's going to work. It's going to do the job. So you line them all up. You get yourself some packing tape, some of this clear packing tape. Cut to length, And then you go along. Oh, that one's a little crooked. There we go. You go along and you just place it down. And then you just smooth it on out. It don't have to be perfect because it'll stretch. It'll do its thing. I do 2 strips there. Line it out again. And then you carefully just flip it up on edge. And from edge, you take it and you fold it into the shape that you're left with. And then from here, you just go in and you go boom, boom, and then you flip it over, you do it again, all the way around. And then you're done. And that's what makes your shape. Pretty simple. Well, there we go. Got a handful of them made, and yeah, I think they'll hold cupcakes just fine. That's all they're going for. So yeah, once you get them assembled, just go ahead and take your random orbital sander and go around the edges, and go around the front and the faces and the rears, because you'll have spots like that you know have burrs on it. And if you sand it real quick, the burrs won't be there no more. And yeah, pretty simple. It was like a 3 or 4 hour project, all inclusive, but all you really need for this project is a table saw to rip your boards down, a miter saw to cut your angles and your individual pieces, a roll of packing tape, and a brad nailer. Really, really simple setup. So there's that big one that I made. You can kind of see it in comparison. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully this will help some of you out. Kind of a neat little project. They're really simple to make, and it comes together, you know, it just comes together real easy. With that tape especially, it just folds together, and put nails in it and you're done. You could glue them as well. Glue and nails would be good, but I don't know, this worked out well for me. So there you have it. Thanks for watching.